Once, in a quiet village at the edge of a deep forest, there lived a poor tailor named Rafik. His clothes were always neat, but old. His shop was small, made of wood and tin, and full of patches. He had only one treasure in the world, his daughter, Meher. She was 10 years old, curious and bright, with eyes full of dreams. Rafik had lost his wife to illness many years ago, and since then, he worked day and night to keep his daughter smiling. But the days were getting harder. Fewer people came to get clothes stitched. And some days, they slept without food. Yet Rafik never complained. He would say to Meher, "One day, your father's needle will stitch magic." One evening, after a long and tiring day, Rafik was walking home through the forest. The sun had almost set, and the trees looked like shadows. As he crossed a narrow path between two old banyan trees, something caught his eye. A piece of cloth was hanging on a low branch. It shimmered under the fading light, soft as the breeze, glowing with silver and gold threads. Rafik looked around. There was no one. Perhaps someone dropped it, he thought. But such a cloth does not belong to villagers. He gently touched it. It was warm. As he picked it up, a soft whisper came from it. "I am the cloth of the skies, why do you touch me, tailor of earth?" Rafik stepped back, afraid. I didn't know you could speak," he said. "I am poor. I was only admiring you. I meant no harm." The cloth replied gently, "I can sense the truth in your heart. You meant no harm. And so I shall stay with you." Rafik carried the cloth home. That night, he placed it beside Meher's bed. And in the morning, it had changed. Where the cloth had rested, a small golden flower had bloomed. Meher touched it, and it turned into soft, shining fabric, enough to stitch a dress. Rafik was amazed. He stitched the most beautiful dress for Meher, with care and love. When she wore it, people in the village stopped and stared. They had never seen such beauty. Soon, people came from nearby towns, asking Rafik to stitch clothes. The cloth, it seemed, could create new magical fabric every full moon. He became known as the Tailor of Light. But one day, trouble came. A rich merchant from the city named Malik heard of the magical cloth. Greedy and cruel, he arrived with guards at Rafik's shop. "I want that cloth," he demanded. "It belongs to the heavens," Rafik replied. "It came to me, I cannot give it." Malik grew angry. He ordered his guards to take the cloth. They broke into Rafik's home and stole it. Meher cried, and Rafik could only hold her tight. "I am sorry," he whispered. "I could not protect our gift." That night, the forest grew silent. The stars vanished from the sky. And far away, in the tallest tree of the forest, the fairy queen woke from her sleep. She saw what had happened. She whispered to the wind, and the wind carried her message to Rafik. The next morning, Rafik returned to the banyan trees where he first found the cloth. He knelt on the ground and said, "I have nothing left. Not even the cloth. But if you still hear me, I promise, I only used your gift with love." The wind blew, soft and golden. The fairy queen appeared, glowing with light. "You did not steal," she said. "You respected the cloth, and you stitched it with love. That is why it chose you." She raised her hand, and in the city, the cloth burned with silver fire. Malik's mansion turned to sand, and the cloth flew back to Rafik. "You may keep it forever," said the queen. "But remember, only stitch for those who need, and give more than you take." Rafik bowed with tears in his eyes. From that day on, his shop became a place of wonder. No one was ever turned away. People came not just for clothes, but for kindness, comfort, and hope. Meher grew up to teach others how to sew, and started a school for poor children. And the magical cloth? It stayed with Rafik till his last day, then vanished back into the forest. But the forest still remembers. And on quiet nights, near the banyan trees, you can still hear a whisper, "I am the cloth of the skies. I stay where hearts are kind."